really good.
Nice service. I like what I'm seeing already, Nate. The gals are really attacking. They're taking the ball right at the defenders. So very important.
Good working with it here as Luttrell trying to get a drop back for an open shot. Good challenge there by Wise, but couldn't corral it. Good job by Lehman taking it right back. And you see that ball control coming in very early right now. He's trying to send it down the near sideline. Couldn't quite get that one to go.
Both of the coaches told me before the match that they were very pleased with how their teams are playing, and the Lady Bruins coaches were particularly pleased with how the gals are coming along this season.
Nice save there by Luttrell. She's tried to send down the line for Wise, but couldn't quite do it. Yeah, both, especially with the Bruins, that last game, they've come so close, several games in a row to a win. I'm sure it felt really good for the ladies to not only win, but do it pretty resoundingly, that 4-1 victory over Tennessee Temple. Throw in down the near sideline, Jen Weiss fighting for it, and it'll just be tapped out of bounds by Starry Bone. And now Lehman getting ready to throw it in. One of the three captains on the field tonight, as denoted by the black and white armbands. That's a great throw in down the line to Wise. And that was something we mentioned even last game about the throw-ins really needing to improve, and I think we saw a good improvement right there.
Well, I did talk with the coaches before, and they have been working on the throw-ins. Again, the reason is there is no offside on a throw-in. So there's an awful lot of space that can be exploited behind the defense.
That was a tap around there by Whitley, but unfortunately sent it a little bit too far. Now she's under a lot of pressure from Lehman. See some more physical play that we haven't seen as much earlier as well. Nice takeaway by Lehman, going up to Wise, down the side, trying to step around. Good pass inside to Wise.
Physical play indeed. I was kind of glad to see that. It is not a non-contact sport. I'm sure glad that folks are mixing it up a little bit in a perfectly legal manner.
That was a fine give and go as well there, as it was Deanna Howard working with Wise, trying to get something to go on the near side. Now Eagles bring it up the near side, and that will dribble out of bounds. It will be Lehman once again on the throw in. She's got Rebecca Luttrell on the near side if she makes a run. Then going to go into the middle, looking for Howard. Guarding her right now is Baumruck. Both fighting for it. Luttrell with some tight defense on Whitley. Takes it away in the corner, sending it into the middle. Deflected out. Grabbing it now with the shot in. That's well off, but a good attempt there as Jocelyn Reemsma tried to make something happen, and really not a bad place to take a shot, but kind of leaning back as she shot and went well wide.
It is a good time to take a shot. Early in the match, generally speaking, those first 5 to 10 minutes in any half is going to be very crucial for establishing a style of play and a dominance of play. I was glad to see her take that shot.
Also, it's worth noting that the Eagles are starting a freshman goalkeeper, so never know how much inexperience she might have, at least at this level. Good to test her early.
Well, our sophomore goalkeeper has been tested and proven her mettle. I think Tori Anderson has done a great job for us this season.
That was a nice takeaway in the middle of the field and looking for Luttrell, and it will actually be a throw-in for the Eagles. Good challenge, but they will get it once again. Going to Whitley, drops it back right into the chest of Luttrell. Another drop there. Looking over to Reemsma once again. This time she's going to send it all the way over to the other side of the field. As Lehman now sending it over to the far side, working with Danny Lee. Trying to send it into the middle. A little bit off target though, and that'll be turned back the other way.
It's a good idea. She was knocking the ball to space. The runner hadn't quite arrived there. 5 minutes into the half now, and still, of course, no score. Not of course. I guess you can score within the first 5 minutes, but it's not very likely to happen.
Lady Bruins going to try to keep pegging away. They've kept it in the offensive zone most of those 5 minutes, as the Eagles have not been able to really mount much of a challenge thus far. Bruins going to try to keep pressing their advantage. Will be an Eagles throw in though on the far side.
Good tight marking over there.
And their throw-ins have not been anything to write home about either. Pretty close. And I'm really impressed with how well we are, as you said, marking up on defense and really cutting off any easy plays. Lee challenging right now on the far side. And nice takeaway. Moves it up the near sideline, sending it far, and running for it right now. Looks like it will be corralled by the Eagles. Lots of pressure, as always, giving them nothing easy right now. And Howard takes it away. Looking for something in the middle. Trying to turn it back in, but off the shins. But that will be a throw-in. Good play right there. Trying to send it into the middle. But instead gets a throw-in.
Yeah, good time for an overlap there. We had a midfielder coming up, and the midfielder could have run to space in front or behind the defender and into that open space behind him. This is just a marvelous team, the way they've developed. It's just amazing how these girls are really plying their trade as they should.
Great look from Lehman down to Luttrell on the near side. Her pass for Wise was a little bit off, but taken right back away by Lee near midfield.
Nice negative pass. Well done, girls.
Very smart move there. Something that they were a little reluctant to do in the early games, and once again, just see the coaching and the practice paying off. Nice stop and drop there as well.
Is that stop, drop, and roll? Not quite.
Well, thankfully not this time. We'll probably see some girls rolling around on the pitch before it's all over. As we mentioned, the physicality has been present here early. Just over 6.5 minutes into the game, still scoreless between the Toccoa Falls Lady Eagles and the Bob Jones University Lady Bruins. And Paul, what have you liked best so far looking at these two teams?
Well, first of all, we have dominated play. When I say we, of course, we mean the Lady Bruins. And I don't think the Toccoa gals have been on their attacking half of the field, which is a very pleasant thing. And it's because of the fine defending we're seeing.
Luttrell, who has it now, has been a big part of that in the midfield. That sort of things. Looking for Wise. Sent it just a bit too far. Not a bad idea, though. And once again, Luttrell with the interception of the pass. Wise going to the inside, looking for Johnson. Couldn't quite get it there, but a good idea. Reamsma, a hard challenge from behind, and the referee will award the penalty there.
That was a foul, but when you're playing hard, sometimes bodies collide. And it was a very good call by the referee and a good, tough play by our defender.
Madison with a good send, but once again did not find its intended target, as the Bruins defense has been stifling here early.
Luttrell is shining tonight. She is playing very well, coming to every ball and winning most of them.
Yeah, she actually scored the first goal in that win against Tennessee Temple. Would not be a surprise at all if she manages to net one here. Smart play by Lehman to once again bump it off of the leg. That was off of Whitley there, Carla Whitley. And just in case of bad positioning there by Howard, she was in a good position to receive, and then she turned her body and it just bounced right out of bounds. But they'll be back on defense as Sierra Stacy gets ready to throw it in for the Eagles.
Not sure what the delay was. 13 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in the first half.
Good challenge there from Luttrell. Oh, good idea to Howard, but just a little bit ahead of her, maybe just half step or so. Good move to it as Johnson will take it in the middle.
Oh, great ball. Great ball.
Excellent vision. Now shot is well off, but as you said, that was a very smart pass up there. Saw the open space and had the runner, but unfortunately could not convert it into a goal. I believe that was Sarah Porch there on the far side, trying to make something happen. She scored in 2 different games for the Bruins so far this year. In fact, I believe she's the only player to net multiple goals for us so far. Another player you're definitely going to want to keep your eye on, and the only player in the offensive half of the, well, on the offensive positioning that is wearing one of the captain armbands. Nice challenge there from Johnson on the far side. Keeps it in play, but taken away. Eagles starting to mount a little bit of a charge here, but the through ball will be corralled easily by Anderson. No Eagle really within several yards of that one.
Our midfielders still need to not jump in when someone is coming at them. Just be a little more patient. Make the attacker commit.
Stacy with it now, looking to turn it inside. Was looking for Whitley just a little bit too far. Johnson sending it for Wise. Working against Baumruck. Nice send. Good look, and now Howard has some space to work. She's got Wise going up the middle. That's who she's going to look for. Nice control. Good defense. Shot. Oh, nice save there by Rebecca Heath, but excellent working up the field from both Howard and Wise.
Very nice. The offensive attack was well thought out, well documented, and the gals just put the ball where it needed to be put. They're using space better tonight than I've ever seen these gals. They are getting some wonderful coaching.
Another thing I've seen that has been a big improvement is just how quick they are to the ball. That's something that was really lacking in the first few games. Is they just seemed a little lethargic and just a little bit off of it when they were going to the ball. But this game, they have been on target and charging hard for every ball and really controlling well. As you said, they have really dominated possession here through the first 11 minutes of this game. Eagles get it across midfield, but with only 2 of them on 5 defenders, it's going to be hard for them to work much in. And Lehman providing the pressure right now with the turnover. Tried to send it upfield, but deflected out of bounds, almost right out the center line.
And knocking the ball up the touch line is something the gals will be able to do much better with a little practice. A good player can certainly bend the ball right up the touch line and beat a defender that way as well.
Once again, we see the Bruins with the takeaway, working it through the middle. Some more drops.
Nicely done. Letting the ball do the work, knocking it around. Little miscue there.
Sierra Stacy working with it, but once again, Lehman on the defensive side of things comes up strong. Now the Eagles looking to cross it into the middle from the far side of the field. Going hard to it is Wise. She'll drop it back to Johnston. Back up to Howard. Bruins looking to turn around for the attack here. Wise wants it. Gets it on the far side and does save it from going out. Good hustle there. Couldn't quite get it back over on the drop though, so Eagles take possession once again.
Our girls will learn to step in front of the defender and create the passing lane. If our gal on the far side would have moved up just 2 or 3 steps, she would have had space to exploit, but that too will come.
That was a good attempt there to try to get it to Stacy, but better defense from the Bruins. Shot from way deep. Anderson corrals it near the goal line. But almost not a bad idea there from the Eagles, as that is their first shot of the day, and they haven't had much success working it in toward the goal, so why not try a long one, see if you can sneak it over Anderson's head. But Torrey up to the task.
And those long shots, especially when they're a sort of a looping shot, are very dangerous and very difficult for a goalkeeper to handle. Torrey did a very good job of judging the distance of where the ball was going to go. Sub coming in now, number 14 off. Number 14 is Whitley is going off, and new player coming in.
I believe that's Rachel Berry.
Rachel has had a pretty good game last game, I understand.
Yeah, last week she had a game where Lady Eagles won 3-0, and she scored 2 of the goals and assisted the other, and for that effort was named the NCAA Student Athlete of the Week for women's soccer for last week. So a little bit surprised that she wasn't starting, but no surprise to see her entering the game here early.
Well, Toccoa Falls has to be happy that she is just a freshman.
They actually have more freshmen than any other classification on their team, rostering 8. So now the Bruins are working up the field. Good job by Howard, working on the pressure. Luttrell's wide open on the near side. Wise trying to get it in control. Johnston has it now, sending it to the far side. Going up top to Lee. Lee trying to work with it, drops it back. Johnston with it now. Over to Wise, and good send for Luttrell. Can she put a toe on it? Oh, but it goes wide.
Nice attack. The girls are really knocking it around well. The people off the ball are working hard to create space, and that's something we haven't seen thus far. They're creating those passing lanes, and it is certainly showing.
And good hustle just getting to the ball. And Luttrell almost had a pretty good chance on that one, just hit it with the wrong part of her foot. See if it happens next time. Johnson working with it. Nice takeaway here. This is Reemsma. Howard wasn't quite ready for that send. Trying to save it, but won't quite. Not a bad idea by Reemsma, though. Now it will be a goal kick for the Eagles. They've had a number of those today as Bruins have really been pressuring hard. Just over 15 minutes into the game, nothing to show for yet. Still a 0-0 game, but the Bruins have definitely dominated possession. Several shots, only one so far for the Eagles.
Lovely touch there, knocking the ball right to space over top of defenders.
Luttrell once again cuts inside hard, working with it. This is a good chance for a shot or a pass. Good look to Howard. Howard tried to turn and shoot, but just a little bit off balance. Reemsma now challenges for it. Takes a shot. Curving it in! Jocelyn Reemsma puts up the first goal of the game as the Bruins now lead 1-0. And that was all set up by some beautiful passing from the Bruins, working with that nice send to Luttrell here on the near side. Worked it inside to the middle. Pass got a nice clear shot. Bennett right over Heath's head.
Well, we're certainly seeing the result of some awfully good passing at midfield. Ball's knocked to space and the girls are running on the ball. That was a well-earned goal. Nothing cheap about it.
Luttrell with a good send here, looking for Wise. Controlling it inside the 18 now.
Good patience there. Great patience.
Looking for Howard. That was a good move across the middle. Looking to send it in, but well wide.
We have about 28.5 minutes, a little less than 28.5 minutes remaining in the half. It's 1-0. We're so glad to tell you that. The BJU Lady Bruins scoring a well-earned goal.
Of course, it's super exciting for the fans here as well, as so far the lone Bruins win for the ladies has come on the road. So, of course, hoping this will be the first home win, as we've seen improvement each and every game, and definitely seeing it again here tonight.
And the referee allowing more substitutions to come in. Again, there is no re-entry. Once you are subbed for in the first half, you cannot come back in that half. In fact, the only period in soccer, just to remind us, the only period where you can come back in, and then only one time, only one re-entry, is the second half.
For the Lady Eagles, Baumruck came out, and in for her is Jennifer Dahl, back on the defensive end of things. Defenders have been running around quite a bit, so no surprise they'd give one of them a rest. Lehman to Johnson has Luttrell. Luttrell's been very, very active on this near side and has had a number of good runs.
The work rate is tremendous. You can tell the gals are getting into condition now. Their work rates have increased. They're not sluggish. They are reacting very, very quickly to the ball, and it's just a delight to see.
That was a fine header by Liz Rice, but unfortunately for her, none of her teammates were around to follow up on it. And now the Bruins on the attack once again. Wise with Luttrell and Johnston. Luttrell challenging for it, but it will be well defended by the Eagles. Now challenging for it is Lehman, and will force the just little tap out of bounds. Going for Wise in the middle, off the knee kind of awkwardly, and that'll be a throw in for the Eagles. That triangle of Wise, Howard, and Luttrell has been very, very busy tonight.
Yes, on our near side as we're facing the telecast here, but all of the gals on the far side have been looking for space and exploiting it. That's simply a sign of very good coaching. Lights come on in players every now and then, and oh, lovely throw in. Lovely throw in.
Howard looking to send it to the middle. Just had a couple nice assists that way already. Sending it for Wise. Ooh, just barely off. Dropping it back. Right on the corner of the 18, and Heath comes out and grabs it.
Nice job by the goalkeeper.
Nice job by the Bruins to once again do that good passing across the middle, switching fields, looking for the open shot. Eagles on the attack now. They have some good numbers, but another set of good defense. Chasing this down is Wise. Wise looking for Howard up the middle. But up to the task on defense is Ashley Crockett. Now we'll roll. Oh no, nice save by the Bruins. Thought it was going to go out of bounds there on the touchline on the far side, but good save. Johnson now looking to switch fields over to Lehman. Now down to Luttrell. Working it inside, almost got taken away. Oh, good send there for Wise, but she just wasn't quite ready for it. Good vision, though. Heath will elect to kick it away, right to midfield. Controlling and sending it back the other way very quickly is Reemsma. She is the lone goal scorer of the game so far. Good challenge on the far side, but it will be yet another goal kick. No corner kicks yet today, which is a good thing for the Bruins in that one of the things that Coach Carmichael was talking about is that a lot of the goals they've given up this year have been off of opponents' corner kicks, and the defense has done a very, very nice job of keeping the Eagles out of anywhere near where that would be a possibility.
It's like Rachel Niarchos has come in the far side, and she's moving pretty well to the ball.
One of the speedier players out there.
Yes, she is.
Lemon trying to control it, but loses it to Stacy. Stacy dropping it back to Dahl. Just a little bit of a mistouch there by Luttrell. It's a nice give and go, but got her foot out in there. Lehman and Stacy fighting for it now. Seen the Eagles starting to get some nice one-touch passes, but the Bruins defense has just been absolutely stifling. There's a very nice send to Howard. Howard in the foot race, and that was just good defense by the Eagles right there.
These through balls are something we weren't seeing, and that's what we say when the defenders are flat across the back, meaning they're straight across the back. One through ball beats everybody, and that through ball beat the entire all of the defenders. Wonderful ball to space.
Dahl was looking for Stacy there. Goes right back to her off the header. That one will roll. No, stay in bounds. Nice job by Lehman. Dahl fighting for it. Taken away by Luttrell. Howard with it now. Inside to Luttrell. Charging inside, looking for a shot. Two Eagles there, though. Good work inside. Now trying to clear it. Lehman stepping up.
I like how Luttrell's getting stuck in there. She's going right after the ball and playing very tough. And if you're going to be aggressive in your own penalty area when you're in the opponent's penalty area rather when you're trying to score. She did a very nice job.
Good patience being shown by the Bruins right now. Just nice, good, safe passes. Trying to work it toward the middle. And always pressuring the ball wherever it's going. The player in that zone is quick to it. Wise to Luttrell. She's got a little bit of space to work with. Closing in fast, though, is Stacy.
The two L's are doing a great job tonight. Luttrell and Lehman, they have increased their work rate tremendously.
Lehman challenging right here. It's on Liz Rice. And Rice will get the throw in, but she is going to yield to Stacy instead.
Toccoa Falls subbing. Two players coming on.
Their bench is much smaller than BJU's, but they have been a lot more active in using it. And it looks like
St. Pierre coming on.
Jennifer Dahl looks a little shaken up on the play. She just came in not long ago and looks like she'll be having a seat. Hopefully shake off whatever it is that has ailed her. Has her hands up around her head, not sure if she maybe got knocked there or fell down the wrong way. Didn't quite see what happened on that last play.
Jessica Allen trying to come in, and she does so for the Lady Eagles of Toccoa Falls. And Sarah Allen leaving.
Still awaiting the throw in here on the near side. About 10 or 15 yards off of midfield. Once again, Lady Eagles in the dark blue going from left to right, and the Bruins in the white going from right to left, holding a 1-0 lead with just over 21 minutes to go here in the first half. Bruins have really dominated this game so far. Only one goal to show for it, but definitely the time of possession has been very much in their favor.
Yeah, our gals have their heads up now. They're looking as the ball is approaching them to see where the passes may be. And that's a good sign of maturing as a soccer team.
Eagles trying to get something going here in the Bruins' end. Attempted to clear it, but instead it'll go out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in. Looking down that far sideline, good pressure from the Eagles. But nice job staying on top of it. And Bruins will tap it out of bounds. Another throw in, this one for the Eagles, going back the other way. Good use of the drop there as they're going to drop back to the relative newcomer, St. Pierre, taken away by Luttrell.
What a work rate Luttrell is having tonight.
Seen some of those really nice, just kind of crossover stop and goes from Luttrell today, and it's really caught the Eagles defenders flat-footed quite a few times. We're inside 20 minutes to go now, and it'll be a Bruins throw-in, but we have some subs coming in for the Bruins. First time today, I think. Just under 20 minutes to go. And Jen Wise earning a well-earned break.
Spencer Martin coming in, along with Jill Isles.
Isles, yet another one that had a goal, and the Bruins win. Another thing to be watching for with the Eagles, and possibly reason they're subbing a lot also, is their last game was just 2 days ago, and we've seen with their own Lady Bruins how much of an effect a lot of games in a short period of time can have on your stamina.
You bet it can, but we also know that having a lot of games in close proximity to one another can get you in condition too, and these gals are showing that tonight. They are showing a lot of more fitness than they were at the beginning of the season, which is certainly not unusual for any team. That was a good no call by the referee. Both of them got tangled up with one another. Good no call.
Now the Eagles will take it, trying to send into the middle. Good challenge there from Hoskinson. She has not had to be too busy today, as the midfielders have done most of the defensive work, but you see once again right here stepping up. She has been very good so far. That's Lauren Peak, another one of the newcomers. Martin with it, dropping it back to Isles. So all three of the fresh legs all getting a foot on the ball here early.
Now take
Martin
a shot.
with it.
Good stuff.
Good idea, and good job by Nyarkis here on the far side, coming in just in case it would bounce out of Heath's hands. She was ready to pick up the trash. We've seen the guys make some effective use of that in their games, of being able to pick up on ricochets and balls that don't quite go where you expect them to. Good hustle. Looking here for the near side for Stacy, couldn't quite get it to her, but it will be an Eagles throw in. Stacy gives it to a wide open Sarah Mendick there.
I'm not sure that Sarah Awanowitz would agree with this, but it's always good when a sweeper isn't too busy. She's been back there. She has been the mainstay and will continue to be, I'm sure, of the defenders. But all of her outside backs are picking up the pressure as it's coming down the pitch. So Iwanowitz has had kind of an easy night of it tonight.
In fact, that might be the first time she's actually touched the ball.
Yes.
But a good touch it was, and here's Peak charging for it. But I have to say, their sweeper overall has done a very fine job. That's Lauren Howell. She's played the whole game so far, and overall, chasing down those through balls, she's definitely shown some quickness of her own.
My 30 years experience of refereeing in the ACC and the Big 10 and the Big 12 out west and the Southern Conference, I've always noticed that the best players are at the back. And coaches say you win championships by having a good defense. You win games by having good strikers and front runners. Boy, that's true. If you can keep the other team from scoring, it's only a matter of time till you put the ball in the back of the net.
Peak had some good challenges there, but defense holds for the Eagles. Bruins up 1-0, 16 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's the send. Trying to control it there, but it's a little bit off. Nice takeaway there by Martin, looking for Luttrell, just a little bit off.
Very good idea, though. They're just knocking balls to space, and people off the ball are moving to space. Great sign, great coaching going on here. These gals the light has gone on.
Isles giving it to Lee there. Nice little stutter step. Moving it inside. Good send to Peak. Will she get a shot? Oh, just wide. That was one of the best sends we've seen today, though. Threaded the needle right between the defender, and Peak was in perfect position. Just put it just a bit to the left of the post.
Yeah, that was a lovely through ball, exactly where it needed to be. And I believe she even struck it with her left foot. You don't often see that with American players. We tend to be rather right-footed, but really good soccer players can use either foot equally.
Lauren Peak, yet another one of those freshman talents on the Bruins that we'll probably see continue to develop not only throughout this year, but in years to come. Iwanowicz sends it toward the goal, and it'll be off the hands of Heath. And you saw 3 different Bruins all rush in to try to tap it, but Heath just barely quick enough. That was almost goal number 2.
Well, Sarah Iwanowicz certainly has a leg. She can whack the ball.
Dangerous situation here as the Eagles are moving it up the field well, but once again, defense steps up. Niarchus running for it on the far side. She will get beaten to it on this occasion. Eagles trying to send it up the sideline. And that will just be punted out. Reset the defense a little bit. Eagles with another send attempt, and once again, Bruins all over the throw-ins today. Kind of almost an exact inverse of the last game, where it was the Bruins who all of their throw-ins seemed to be destined to be knocked out or just misplayed, but much sharper on both ends of the throw-in today.
Well, one of the differences is when the Freed Hardeman players picked up very quickly that all they had to do to win the ball back after on a throw-in was simply to mark up our players, and the ball would be thrown to the player that was marked, and they could easily sweep it away, and they did very effectively. Now we are moving off the ball on these throw-ins.
Sending it down the far sideline. No chance Niarchus is going to get to that, and the Eagles will have another throw-in. A lot of back and forth play around the middle third of the field right now.
Very nice little flick by our right back over there. Did a very nice job.
That was a good challenge by Rice, but better recovery by Hoskinson.
Yeah, Danny Lee with that flick, and she really does it. She did a nice job. Just flicked the ball off her foot. Turn it back. That'll work too.
Nice job by Hoskinson. Good control by Luttrell too. She has a nice runner there in Peak if she can get it to her. Try to tap it back to Luttrell, just not quite enough on it.
Still need to work just a little on our diagonal runs, Nate. If we run diagonally in front of the ball rather than trying to run straight up the field, it makes the passing lane, well, it creates passing lanes with each step.
I'm afraid I missed it. What was that foul that the referee just called right there?
It was a direct free kick. Player came in a little hard and bumped our player off the ball.
Iwanowicz already put one on goal. That one is as well. That was a tough hop. That's the second one she's had that's been right on point.
It sure has. Maybe next time Sarah will aim for the far post and might bend it around the goalkeeper.
Here, there, maybe take just a little bit off and go for a header. One of the girls charging inside. A couple more subs coming in. And it will be Howard coming out. She has had a very active first half, and I believe assisted the one goal.
Annie Ubin coming in, along with number 12. That's Polhemus, Danielle Polhemus coming on, and number 7 going off. That, of course, is Howard, Deanna Howard.
Yeah, Annie Ubin has been one of the few veteran presences on this team. Senior, one of the only few. Jill Isles, one of the others. So most of the team is comprised of underclassmen that will continue to get better and be trained, but they do have some veteran presence on there. Ubin will probably be on for most, if not all, of the rest of this half, as there's just a little over 11 minutes to go. Bruins lead 1-0. Eagles controlling it near midfield.
Nice through ball there, but you know our backs were up to the task.
1-on-2, and that was a good challenge from the Eagles. Just a lot of changing of possession right now. It's in a dangerous spot for the Eagles, though. If they lose it, they have a lot of players bunched. Now they're starting to work it down the other way. And I'm really impressed with the Bruins defense so far. They really have not given the Eagles any good scoring chances.
And as always, Iwanowicz is just a staple in the back. She is moving to the point of pressure where the ball is popping through. She is moving right to it and is always there. Now, fortunately, a lot of our backs are able to sweep the ball away before she gets to it, but she is moving exactly as a sweeper should move. Right where the point of attack is coming, she needs to be there, and she has been.
Bruins continue to attack every pass in the middle, and once again, steal it away. Good look up to Niarchus. Sends it inside. Good turn and go, but just put a little bit too far away. Now it's Lee challenging. Going to draw back. There'll be another throw-in as we are inside 10 minutes to go.
Another sub coming in here for the Lady Bruins.
It's Hoskinson coming out.
And it looks like Wilson coming in. Jamie Wilson, number 22, a junior Spanish major from Greenville.
You see Lehman shift over to the middle. Lehman had been playing on the near side quite a lot, but now Lehman's going to take the far side, let Jamie take the near side here. Of course, Iwanowicz still anchoring that sweeper spot. But they are just watching right now as the Bruins are trying to get one more in, at least before halftime. Eagles defense has tightened since that first goal, but neither team has really had any good scoring chances for the last several minutes. Bruins definitely overall. Wilson, good job getting to that. Nice turn around the line. Very nicely done.
Yes.
Good touch there again.
Patience.
That's Spencer Martin with it. Looking to do something, chips it over.
Lovely.
And that's Isles who has it, drops it all the way back to Wilson. Wilson sends it into the middle. Could have used a little more power on that one. Now she's going to send it all the way to the far side.
Nice change fields. Nice idea.
Looking for Niarchus, but Niarchus just couldn't get position on that one. Was a nice send across the field, though. Good challenge from the middle. Wilson going back to challenge Stacy. Done very, very successfully, I might add.
See if we have another Patience. Yeah, little diagonal run there would have helped a lot on our side.
He's looking for Peak, couldn't get to her. Paul Hamus working on Stacy right now. Drop back, sent across. Stacy and Barry have been working together a lot for the Eagles. Thus far, no good chances to show for it. Trying to cross fields, but knocked down. Paul Hamus with the give and go.
Another nice little flick on.
Do manage to save it, try to power it down the line. Kept in play. Just inside 8 minutes to go as the Eagles from midfield throwing it in. A lot of good things we've seen from the Bruins here so far.
We certainly have. A lot of patience. Look around, head up. See, that's just perfect positioning right there. Little miscue there, but still need to knock the ball to space and not to feet. If gals can do that, the players, your teammates, are expected to run on the ball. They don't have to have it directly at their feet to take care of it.
Here's Peak working with it. Trying to send it into the middle, couldn't quite do it. But it will still be a throw-in. Bruins attack needs to sharpen up just a little bit. It was very, very intense in the first part of this half. Slacked just a little bit, but it looks like they're starting to pick the intensity back up right here. Send in the middle and clear it out.
Well, after almost 40 minutes of running up and down a pitch, that can plumb tucker you too. And the gals are getting a little leg weary now, as is normal at this part of the half.
Tried to send it into the 18, but Heath was there. Sends it out to about midfield. Two headers, and they both go toward our side, but Anderson's just going to come out and clean it up herself. Send that one a good halfway across the field, but nobody there to receive it. Good challenge here from Paul Hamus. And he'll go back to Wilson, sending it back up to the middle. Martin went down, but pops right back up. Has it here. Has a couple people on the run. There we go.
Nice diagonal run to space. This is dangerous.
Sending it into the middle.
Oh, unlucky.
Off the side of the net.
That was dangerous. That was a nice play.
Was that Danny Lee there on the far side?
I believe it was.
Normally a little more on the defensive end, but she has been very busy in the midfield and is, especially on that far side, made some nice runs and some good passes. Now Eagles controlling. Sending it up toward the middle. Just a little bit too far. Easily corralled by Lehman and sent back the other way.
Nice square ball.
Bruins taking and retaking and re-losing possession in rapid succession. Now they have a nice run toward the goal. Will she pull the trigger? Oh, a little bit of a miscue. Shot in, cleared out. Good step up by the Eagles defense, and definitely a miscue here. Wilson trying to keep this one in. Good hustle to get down there. They've got numbers. Oh, Wilson with the missed pass though. And now it's turning back the other way. Barry sends it up into the middle. A little step around there as Allen working with it. And taken away. Good recover there, but it is kicked out of bounds.
One of the most dangerous things in soccer is when someone from the midfield or from the back can penetrate and make a run from the back.
Stacy and Barry trying to work there again. That one just lost off the foot of St. Pierre. And we'll have at least one more sub here. With just over 4 minutes to go. Bruins holding a 1-0 lead. And that's going to be Eubin coming out.
And Stolvort's coming in.
Another person that we've more often seen on the defensive side of things. Occupying one of the forward positions right now. Headed right back to Peak. Peak has Martin on the near side, Stolvert in the middle. Given away, challenged hard by Isles. Right now, Bruins once again making nothing easy for the Eagles whatsoever. Challenging every ball, and this half, which is quickly drawing to a close, has been pretty much all Bruins.
It's hard to believe we have just about 3.5 minutes, a little less than 3.5 minutes remaining in this first half. 1-0 to score. Real proud to tell you that the Bruin ladies, the Lady Bruins, are in the lead.
It's been a very fast-paced half. A lot of changes of possession and a lot of good runs from the Bruins. Controlled at midfield.
Again, that's a
good send to Peak.
That's good through ball.
Trying to turn the corner. And they will. That was a good job by the Eagles to give them a throw in rather than a corner kick. Peak going to try to use it. Sent all the way back. Almost a little too far, maybe. Isles able to corral it, though. Over to the far side and a roll out. Good to drop it back, but that maybe had just a little bit too much juice on it. Good challenge off the throw in. And Peak really charging hard at that one, just a step off. 2:25 to go here in the half. Bruins looking to notch one more and increase their lead. Wilson on the header. And everywhere the Eagles go, there have been a swarm of white today. Deep cross there from Stacy. Easily handled, but it will be.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there. The ball bounced up into an arm that was stuck out, and that's a dangerous play, a direct free kick on a handball.
Now this is one that could very well be Eagles' first goal if the Bruins aren't careful. Their defense has held well. This is by far the Eagles' best chance they've had. See who they're going to let take the kick.
And we're at about the 23, 24-yard line, and this is a dangerous play here.
Here's Stacy's shot well over the crossbar. Such a difficult shot when you have so many players in the wall right there. Relatively a short distance to bend it over the wall, past the keeper, and inside the crossbar is a very, very difficult shot.
When you have a short wall as we set up, a lot of players with a lot of practice are able to bend the ball around that wall. So it behooves you to have a little bit wider, when you're straight up from the goal like that, a little bit wider wall so that the player can't bend it around 3 or 4 players in the wall.
Jostling for possession at midfield, and it will be a Bruins throw in with 1 minute to go. Bruins with a 1-0 lead over the Eagles. Working it inside. This is a good offensive push. Nice drop back, just a little too far though. Isles challenging. Will be taken away. Little step over. Does not fool Lehman though. She knocks it away. Has Peak for the run. Good stop and go by Martin. Back to Lehman. Up and across to Lee. Working with it is Nyarkis. Great passing from them right now. Just great patience. A little bit of a misstep. Could still beat her to the ball in the corner, though. And does. But it's tapped out of bounds. Trying to turn the corner and send it into the middle. There were a couple Bruins there waiting for it.
Well, it ended up being a very good pass. It may have been a miscue, but it certainly ended up being a dandy of a pass.
That was a very, very good overall succession of passing. And that goal kick will end the half.
Well, we will return in about 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. The halftime is to be about 15. We should be back in about 10, so stay right where you are next to that computer. Call the neighbors if you want to. Great soccer coming up in about 15 minutes from now.
Check out the BJU Bruins website for all those news on your Bruins. BJUBruins.com gives you scores, schedules, and stories. Be sure to join our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter at BJU Bruins. Do you have more Bruins gear yet? Stop by the Bruins store located near the biggest field house to pick up the latest Bruins gear. We've got t-shirts, bras, elements, so much more. Stop by the Bruins store tonight and go Bruins. Jack in the Box across from campus has everything you need for that college-sized appetite. Mouth-watering burgers, milkshakes, and irresistible fries. Jack in the Box prides itself on making burgers right when you order them. You order it, we make it. It's that simple. Stop by Jack in the Box tonight and go Bruins. It's boat time at Bojangles. Be sure to stop by the boat truck in the vending area for a big box. Bojangles is also located on Pleasantburg Drive near Cherrydale. Stop in tonight. Bojangles, it's boat time. Hey fans, have you joined the Bruins Booster Club yet? Joining gives you added benefits and Bruin gear. Sign up at BJUBruins.com. Thank you for your support and go Bruins. It's halftime. Good time to check out our Bruin vending area located on the east end of the stadium. Whether it's chicken, barbecue, funnel cakes, cold drinks, or cupcakes, stop by to satisfy your cravings. The Bruins would like to thank the following vendors in attendance at tonight's game: Bojangles, Funnelicious, Chick-fil-A, Rita's, the Chubby Cupcake, and Snowtime Snow Cones.
We've sure got a dandy here, Nate. Paul Wright with you again. Nate Warwick also. And I'm glad to tell you that we are in the lead here after the first half. Wonderful play during this first half that we've seen.
Yeah, we've really seen the Lady Bruins dominate this game really for the first half from start to finish. We saw so much more better ball position, great passes, and just good thinking turning into good actions with the moving to open space. Like I said, we still use with some more diagonal runs, but overall, they have done a fantastic job here so far in the first half. One of the big dangers for them right now is to not slack off and think that, okay, we have this in the bag. We still have 45 more minutes of soccer, and we have seen that the Eagles do have a couple players that, given the opportunity, could really provide some problems.
Well, the first 5 minutes of every half is very important. You sort of set the tone for how you're going to play. So let's watch carefully and see what happens in this first 5 minutes of play. It's 1-0 the score. The Lady Bruins on top. and we have 45 minutes of very good soccer remaining. And I think we will see as much improvement, I hope that we see that in the second half, as we've seen in the first. The gals are, as you say, really running to space and considering what tactics are all about. And boy, it's almost like somebody's turned on a light in their soccer brain, and they are really looking good. Such a pleasure to see them.
I think that last win that they got here away in Chattanooga at Tennessee Temple has really helped the psyche of the team a lot too. Just something about getting that first win out of the way does wonders for your confidence level.
What I'm going to be looking for as we begin play here in the second half is how we defend, how we when the ball is coming at us with being dribbled by an opponent, how are we going to react? Are we going to jump in and stick a leg in and try to tackle it? Or are we going to try to stand the player up, slow them down, almost like backing away from them a little if we have to slow their forward progress to a halt, and then patiently wait for the attacker to commit herself, I should say, and then we're able to very often take the ball. But if we jump in, then the attacker wins the day. If we are patient and make the attacker commit, then the defender wins the day and probably the ball.
Soccer is so much a game of patience. I know we mentioned this a number of times, and it's in many ways one of the hardest things about soccer is not just the technical skills, but just the waiting you sometimes have to do, waiting for a play to develop, and just that extra step can provide a huge difference, and just that extra waiting. And here we go, second half is underway. Lady Bruins in the white going from left to right, and the Toccoa Falls Eagles in the blue going from right to left. Bruins with the 1-0 lead, looking to build on it here. Eagles attacking aggressively, but so far the Bruins have done a good job keeping the ball away from them. A little bit of a turnover there, though.
Well, it looks like we have our double L team back in there. The gals that did so well, the Lehman and Luttrell combo did so well in the first half.
Yeah, Lehman, I believe, played all first half. Luttrell took a break. 10 or 15 minutes to go in the half, and both of them were running all over the place. However, it's Jocelyn Reemsma who has the difference maker so far, as the Bruins on top. A couple nice assists from Jen Wise and Deanna Howard on that one.
Pretty easy to see, pardon me, Nate, why Lehman is a captain. She is a real team leader.
I'm actually a little surprised we haven't seen Porchmore involved. She's had a couple goals this season already, and a little bit too much physical play there going on, is too much arm probably there from Deanna Howard.
Assistant referee did a nice job. Anytime he wiggles or waves the flag, he's telling the referee there was a foul over here, and the referee can acknowledge it if he chooses, and he did so.
Reemsma is number 18 here on the near side, although right now it's going to go to her. Sends it to space, but there's nobody there except for the Eagles defender, who will let it roll out of bounds and will send it back up the other way. Eagles have been pressured very, very hard today. And working with it right now is Becca Weatherstone. She has been busy.
And Sarah Porch jumped in there, and the attacker beat her, unfortunately. And it's another direct free kick. Our gals have committed another offense, but that happens from time to time when you're playing awfully hard soccer, and these gals certainly are.
Looking for Booterbaugh there, went a little bit too deep. Nice control from the Eagles, though. You see they are really pressing hard, looking for the equalizer here early. Nice takeaway by Luttrell. Charging down the other way. Knocked down, play on. Fighting for possession, and Eagles definitely have, it seems like, almost palpable intensity right now. But Hoskinson with it, controlling, and this is where the Bruins just need to be patient. Work the ball methodically up the field. You're seeing some of it there, but a little sloppy. Nice send up the far side, though. Needs to turn it inside if possible. Still working on the touch line.
We need some running to space behind these defenders rather than straight up the pitch. There we go.
Johnson tried to squeak it past, but couldn't quite do it. Now the Eagles making some runs with a chance.
That's a good ball.
On the far side.
Dangerous ball.
Steps over it, looking to bring it back into the middle. But the defense, once again, that's Hoskinson, just choosing to clear it out almost all the way to midfield. And a good idea of a pass there from the Eagles to keep moving it along that line, but it's misplayed, goes out of bounds, and we will have the throw in coming up from Hoskinson. Heads it forward. Good rush to the ball. Has a runner in the middle. And down on the far side, that's Porch looking for it. Howard playing with it. Nice drop back. Still has Porch wide open, trying to get it to her, just couldn't quite.
Porch had an opportunity again to run diagonally in front of the ball and create a passing lane, but we just missed the pass. Nice play.
Here's Reemsma. Good send in the middle, just a little too far. That was an excellent idea. She had Howard cutting straight up the pitch, right toward the 18. It was just about a step in front of her. Johnson dropping this back to Lee. Lee has Porch, and once again, the Eagles defender stepping right in there. Good pressure. I believe that is coming from Bone, putting the pressure on there. Starry Bone.
Here's another diagonal run. Would have been nice. Yep, a little offside.
Porch finally got the ball and had a good pass to Jen Wise, but Wise not paying attention to where the defenders were, and she is caught. Here's the send, well over midfield, off the knee of Lee. She's another one that's played pretty much all game.
Oh, lovely ball.
Finally found Porch on the near side. Turns this one into the middle, not enough power on that. Controlled by Reemsma. She already has a goal, but that one's going to go well to the right, off the outside of her right foot.
If you're just tuning in, it is a 1-0 game. Little less than 39 minutes remaining in the second half. The BJU Bruins, Lady Bruins, on top.
Here comes another goal kick. Controlled very nicely there by Buterbaugh. Still working with it, sending it over to the side, looking for Stacy. Good run. Too far though. That was a well-timed run, but the pass was too far in front. Porch will have the throw in. Going inside to Howard. Back to Porch. Gonna go all the way back to Lee. Sending it inside, looking for Howard again. Not there. Reemsma trying to make something of it, but it's back to Buterbaugh. Reemsma definitely not giving up on it though.
She's shown good soccer sense in the way she's flicked the ball and turned it.
Rice was trying to find Starry Bone there, but just a little bit too far. Wise gives it to Porch on the run. She's got her girl beat. Cuts it back inside, drops it back to Wise. Good switch fields over to Johnston. She has that. Well, there was a diagonal run, but the defender was in good position. Really no chance for them to be able to do much with that one. Good positioning by Lauren Howell on the backside.
Diagonal run could have been a little more of an angle rather than it was a diagonal run, but sometimes you have to vary the angle that you're taking, and that gets you to where the space is. A lot to think about when you're on the pitch. Substitutes coming in here for our opponents. The Toccoa Falls Lady Eagles, number 13 on the pitch, and that's Rachel Berry coming back on.
Once again, almost the exact same thing as the first half, where she sits out the first 8 to 10 minutes, then comes in. Had a big impact for the Eagles a couple games ago, and she had some good chemistry with Stacy here earlier in the first half. See if that keeps up or not. Bruins have really gone back to really pressing the attack quite a lot here in the last few minutes. Good save down the line, still rolling, but now it's going to go out. Too far for Porch to do much with. They took the throw in considerably too far up the pitch, so bring it back.
Nice piece of refereeing there, making sure the ball goes where the throw in is taken where it should. Sarah Porch is still putting her hands on other players that she did a couple of games ago. I hadn't seen her do that in a while, but she was letting the player know, the defender know that she was there.
Wise tried to kind of dribble through there. That was not very successful. Here comes Riemsma. Bumps it out into the middle, but nobody there, except for a sea of blue jerseys.
Riemsma has some moxie, as we used to say. She is going hard to every ball and winning most of them.
That was a good look to Sarah Porch here on the near side.
Well done, Sarah.
Back to Wise. Up the line, deflected away there by Weatherstone. Back fullback here on the near side. Riemsma still putting a lot of challenge on that ball. A little bit of a stab there from Isles, or I'm sorry, from Hoskinson, something you want to avoid. And, you know, that was what you were talking about at halftime, watching to see if they would be patient on defense or if they're going to stab, and still seeing some stabbing.
And that jumping in, you occasionally win, but almost always you get beat when you jump in like that.
Almost 10 minutes into the second half here. Lady Bruins still hold a 1-0 edge over the Eagles. And really, I don't think the game's been quite as close as the score suggests. Bruins have really controlled the ball very well. But since Riemsma's goal fairly early into the game, not a lot has actually even been shots on goal. Some shots wide, but not a lot of actual shots on goal.
Yeah, I think both teams seem to have settled into not a casual approach of playing, but certainly the intensity is off, and the ball is finding its way up and down the pitch in both offensive attacking halves of the field now.
Good challenge on the throw in. Eagles do get the control. This could be dangerous if they thread it inside, but
corner kick.
It will come out, and this is the first corner kick, and as we mentioned earlier, this is where the Bruins have struggled a lot, is defending the corner kicks. This is going to be a key play. See how they defend this one.
The Lady Bruins are a tall team as lady teams go, as women's soccer teams go, so they certainly have an advantage in the air. Here comes the service.
It's a good one toward the back of the 18. Does go in toward the middle, but well cleared. And very good clear right to Deanna Howard. Charging up the side. Has Howard in the middle, but going to get beat to the ball. Needed to maybe slow down a little bit there. Booted out on the far side, and it'll be a throw-in.
I'd like to see Howard again change the angle of her run. She could have run in front of the ball, stayed onside, and then the player on the far side could have taken her position in the middle. Iwanowicz
with a beautiful pass to Sarah Porch. Sends it across the middle. Nobody there as Heath scoops it up. That was one of the nicest passes we've seen all day, though. Iwanowicz from her own zone hit Sarah Porch perfectly in stride with nobody on her. See if they can make that work again. Johnston challenging right now. Got to watch out for Bone here on the near side, but they're still working on the far side. Taken away by the Bruins. Howard running toward the touch line. That's where they'll find her with the pass. And we'll have a throw. Toward the corner. It's going to slip through and be taken away by the Bruins. They've got a chance here. It's going to be tough to work it inside. And it will be chipped out. And it'll be a goal kick. Still no corner kicks for the Bruins yet this game, which is surprising considering how much pressure they've put on the Eagles.
Our ladies are getting back and looking like they're serious about winning every ball in the air. They just seem to have that edge tonight that they need.
So how much of that do you think is physical versus just mental?
Well, I think it all starts in the head. We have to be mentally ready for a game. We have to make sure we're not going to be sluggish and talk ourselves out of being sluggish or even lazy sometimes. We all get tired. We don't want to move. And it's all, great athletes. The difference between Division I and Division II players is almost always heart and mind. The skill levels can be the same, but there's just something about those great players that rise to the occasion. Here's a dangerous play.
Sarah Porch almost had an excellent play on that, still in the box. Move back in to Porch. Turns in, or I'm sorry, to Howard. Turns and shoots. Another turn and shot, but this one's going to be scooped up by Heath. Good opportunity there for the Bruins as they had 4 ladies in the box. And that was a very nice service across the middle.
Sure was. And good things happen when you have numbers up. A lot of people in the box, and we did.
Reemsma fighting hard for the ball right now against Buterbach. Able to clear it out to the outside, though.
I like Reemsma. She gets right in there and mixes it up. Good player. Tough player.
This ball's going to squirt all the way through back to Heath. She'll pick it up. I don't think we've seen her throw it once today, whereas Anderson really seems to prefer the throw. Heath has gone with the kick every time.
A lot of goalkeepers will drop kick the ball with a lot better accuracy, and the ball will be lower. Here comes another attack.
Here's Wise. Good move. Shot.
Oh.
Off the hands. For the tap in. It's still bouncing around. Still in the box. And finally cleared out by the Eagles.
Exciting attack.
That was a power charge shot. And that was Bone getting in front of Porch's kick right there. Or I'm sorry, Iwanowicz's. Still have it on the corner of the 18. Turn, shot, deflected and almost into the goal.
Almost an own goal. That's got to be a corner, and it is.
First corner of the day, and UC Bruins really asserting the aggressiveness right now.
They were putting it to the Lady Eagles there for a bit. Just good, hard soccer. And we're bringing on 3 substitutes. You can substitute on your own corner, and if you substitute, then the opponents can do so as well. But if you don't, they cannot on a corner. A whole raft of subs coming in now. Looks like we have about 4 or 5 players coming at least. Yep, about 5 players coming in.
Sharon Carmichael, your credit card has been found. It's at the information table. Again, Sharon Carmichael.
Johnson was going to be taking the corner, but she is one of the 5 who will be subbed out. Looks like I see Nyarkis there for sure. Looks like maybe Isles as well. And for who else? Yeah, Isles is there. Lauren Peak has come in. And taking the corner is
Martin, Spencer Martin taking that corner.
She played about the second half of the first half. Looking for a nice high service probably. Here we go. Low and hard off the bounce, squirts all the way through. Put in, oh, and it's a goal!
Bruins goal!
I think that was Lauren Peak, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
That was a hard service across the middle. It took a couple bounces. Peak took it out of the air and puts it into the near corner of the net. Are they calling it off, though? Is it offside?
Apparently it was an offside.
Really exciting there for a moment. But it will come back. Bruins still just up 1-0. Nonetheless, that was an excellent service across. Here we go, another charge. Peak with it, that'll roll out of bounds. Nyarkis with the throw in. Going inside to Peak. Peak drops it back for Isles. Taken away, good steal there by Whitley. She had to come out earlier, and so good to see her back on the field. Whitley going up to Bone. It's going to be tapped out by Iwanowicz. And it is Bruins ball. Nyarkis did not come to that one.
That was a good call. Dangerous play. Nyarkis came up a little bit high with the boot, and you put a boot in somebody's face, and referees tend not to like that, nor do the players who are recipients of the high boot.
Sierra Stacy looking to send it away. Bruins getting a lot of players back in the box. Only 2 outside of it. Good service into the middle. Hit it up in the air. This could be dangerous, but Anderson right there. Anderson's not been tested much today, but when she has, it's been more than up to the task.
Again, I like the way Anderson really throws the ball to a spot. And we were talking a bit about how goalkeepers, a lot of goalkeepers will drop kick the ball and they can drive it. Attack coming, ooh, good. She was onside. I thought we may have an offside there, but attack coming.
Yeah, Wise was looking for Peak, but defender got in the way. on the attack once again. See Lauren Peak make a lot of runs. Has good speed. Will usually be pretty actively involved when she is out on the field, being one of the forwards. Especially this game, as it seems like really just about everybody from the stopper position forward for the Bruins has been touching the ball a lot.
Another foul committed by the Bruins, so a direct free kick by the Lady Eagles.
Good send down the field, but nice step up there. Quick control.
Now that's a good ball. Space, player running on it. About 26.5 minutes remaining in the half. Still 1-0. The Lady Bruins on top.
Looking to the inside to Martin. That was a little bit of a high pass, but nice control, very quickly done. Here's Lee now. Has Nyarkis. Looking to curve this one in. A little bit too weak though, and Heath will let it roll out for a goal kick. I think if Nyarkis could have gotten around that one just a little bit more, maybe add a little bit more height, that could have been a very, very good play.
A lot of times when wingers will bend the ball, or when will dribble the ball and bend it toward the goal mouth, they can get a better service that way. Substitutes coming on. Number 4 is leaving the pitch for the Lady Eagles. That's Buderbaugh leaving, and it is number 20 coming on. So
Sarah Mindick.
I
think that actually might be her first action of the day.
I think it is.
Nyarkis charging in on that very weak goal kick. Almost made something really nice out of that, but good hustle nonetheless. A little bit of a high boot there from Bone, but not close enough in proximity, I guess, for the call. 3 people all around it. Nyarkis steps it back. Drops it over to Lee into the middle. And Reemsma is the one who pushes it forward. And that'll just be a tap out.
You know, I've noticed that we don't lose much when we bring these players on, these substitutes. They're nice players, and it's a good idea to rest that first team, get them a little rest, get them back in a little later on in the half.
Nice move there by Luttrell, dropping it all the way back now. Back inside, trying to find something to work there, or Howard rather. Eagles doing a good job challenging. The Bruins their attack has just been absolutely relentless today. Showing with 1 on the scoreboard, almost had a second. But it was called off for offside. They've had a couple other close calls.
Iwanowitz is staying exactly where she needs to stay as a sweeper, right at the halfway
Send
line.
across the middle, just off.
Just off.
Just off each way. If you had a little bit more toward the goal, that might have snuck into the corner. And if it was a little bit farther back, Nyarkis might have been able to get ahead on it. As it is, it'll be a goal kick, but plenty of power on that cross.
Jessica Allen coming on for the Lady Eagles, and Sarah Mindick is leaving already.
That was a very, very short spell for Mindick. It's not on there very long at all. Battling for position and winning it there was Allen. And they will be rewarded with kick. To nobody's surprise, it is Stacy once again taking the direct kick. Sends it all the way in. This one is going to be headed way up in the air. This could be dangerous. Still bouncing around inside the box. Tried to clear it off the Bruins player. Now it's finally outside the 18. A bit of run into there is. Looks like that was Jill Isles. He coming up just a little bit. Here's a nice send to Lauren Peak. Peak trying to beat the sweeper. It's out toward the outside, and Heath's going to come all the way over and pick it up. Good run for Peak. Just about a half step off of corralling that one. Heath's kick is on the far side to midfield. Bruins reclaim possession, and it will be a direct kick for the Bruins.
Lauren Howell is sweeping for the Lady Eagles. And I'll get back to this after this attack.
Here's Peak with it. Gonna drop back to Danny Lee. Sends it into the corner and corralled by Heath.
Lauren Howell, the sweeper for the Lady Eagles, is showing a lot of speed tonight. She's running down a lot of players.
They have kept her very busy, and she has done a very fine job. On the attack once again,
that's an offside. Yep. Flag is up.
Ooh, a little bit of a rough bump there down well after the play as well. Gotta be careful about that one.
Yeah, we had a player offside, and the referee is pulling the ball out for an indirect free kick. That's going to happen when players are trying to be on the edge. They sometimes are going to be a little bit too close to the edge. By edge, I mean they want to be even with that second to last defender, so they have an advantage. But when they get behind the defender, it is offside. The second to last defender, that is.
I was just going to say the Hoskinson on the defense there. Eagles still have not been able to generate a consistent attack. They've had a couple good threats, and honestly, Sierra Stacy has had some nice sends into the box. But the Bruins have done an excellent job crowding out. Just a couple of those headers have been a little bit scary, though. Just way too easy for an own goal to happen if it goes off the head the wrong way. Wonder if maybe Anderson should just call him off once or twice when they have that much time to get under it, just so that doesn't happen. As it is still just a 1-0 game. Eagles are still in this, but Bruins hoping to put another one in and try to put this thing away. Looking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Bonnie Cole came in, and it was Jen Wise that left. I want to get everybody's name on the air that we can here. And Bonnie, I think, is a junior, and I haven't seen her in a while. Glad she's coming on.
Yeah, I don't think she's been on this game yet, so good experience for her. A bit of a tangle up there on the far side as Bruins trying to establish possession, which they have done very effectively throughout the night.
Nice bit of ball handling over there by our player. She really did a nice job.
Fighting through it now is Peak. Still working with it.
Spencer Martin, nice player.
Inside, just not quite far enough across the middle as Heath rushes in and scoops it up. Had a chance there to maybe get it to Nyarkis or one of the other forwards, but not quite. Peak now challenging for it. Nyarkis charging in there. She is significantly outsized, but not necessarily outsped. Here's coming up with it. That is Peak once again, curling it in. Heath will corral it. Actually lets it bounce off of her hands rather than picking it up. Now she'll pick it up.
A nice parry, as they call that, when you play it off your hands, and a very smart thing to do.
Isles trying to get the ball back right now, but kind of bodied off of it. Now she's got it. Sending it across the middle. This is to Martin. Good switch fields there.
Martin is a nifty player. She handles the ball well under pressure.
Trying to put it to Luttrell there on the far side and couldn't quite get it. Luttrell's not been nearly as active this half as she was last half.
She may have worn herself out. She was running all over the pitch.
But as you alluded to earlier, the Bruins' depth has been very good this game. The frequent subs have not really disrupted the rhythm of the team. And you can really tell when the fresh legs come on that it does add a spurt of life to the team as a whole.
And I think most importantly, as you would agree, is that the skill level does not diminish that much at all. Good to have that kind of depth.
There's still a few players on the bench we haven't really seen much at all this year, but usually a good 7 or 8 come off the bench throughout the course of the game. And speaking of coming off the bench and coming into the game, we have another sub or two coming out right now.
Johnston coming on. I don't know that we have seen this. She actually was a starter. Isabel Johnston coming back in.
Yeah, she was only out for about 8 minutes or so. Eagles trying to press the attack, but this will be sent down toward Nyarkis, and once again, just not quite going to the ball. Always have to go to it. Can't just wait for it to come to you. That was a good move there by Danny Lee. Trying to send it to Johnson, but good move. Stacy with it now. Johnson trying to clear it up the side. Bad bounce. Here's Peak. Got a 3-on-3. Good send.
Little too far ahead.
Trying to see, is that Bonnie Cole, I think, that's up front that she was trying to hit there with that pass. And Niarchus still challenging, but corralled by Mindick right now.
Nice overlap. Nice overlap.
Chased down by St. Pierre. Working with position now, just drops it back. Ooh, almost taken away. Not quite. Danny Lee charging hard. He's going to go into the middle and corralled easily by Martin.
Nice square ball.
Good continued use of switching the field. Johnson let them get a little far away from her, but she still has it.
Our attacks are being primarily from the middle third of the field. If we can make our attacks from wider toward the touchline, it opens up a whole lot more playing field, gets the defenders spread out more, and it gives us a better chance when we have numbers up in the box. But right now our attacks have been pretty much right up the middle third of the field.
Iwanowicz is going to yield to Danny Lee on the throw-in. Iwanowicz has had some fine kicks, though. Niarchus trying to hit it into Johnson into the middle, but it is taken away and controlled quite quickly by Whitley. Good pressure from Martin. And a little bit too much pressure from Martin. Just the change in physicality of play for the Bruins from their first game to now is very, very noticeable.
They're not timid any longer, are they?
Almost erring on the opposite side right now, but good to see they are making a conscious effort to charge the balls, and they aren't malicious fouls or anything, just going at it hard. Here's Peak going down the side, working against the sweeper, inside to the middle. It's Luttrell working with it. I'm sorry, Cole. Cole still challenging for it.
Oh, nice.
Here's a shot, but wide.
Nice ball. Beat. She won the day as she got to the ball first and had a go, as they say.
And that was Luttrell who put the shot on. Cole was the one who sent the ball over. And they're both coming out now.
Looks like number 18, Reemsma, back in, and number 23, I think it is, Lacey Harris.
First time Harris has been in this game. With just over 14 minutes to go. Right now, Reemsma holds what would be the game winner. The only goal, 1-0. Bruins lead the Eagles. Really controlled the game start to finish. Just one goal to show for it. Here's Martin moving into the middle. Good pass, dropping it back. That was Johnson sending it to Lee. Lee able to maintain control. Gonna send it from there, wide right.
I appreciate the gals wearing the, and of course this is an NCAA rule now. Substitutes have to wear a different colored jersey, and that makes it easy to see who's playing and who's the subs. But when they're coming on, they hold those colored jerseys in front of their number, and it's a little difficult to see quickly who was coming on.
Oh, you've done a fine job recognizing them so far.
What would we do without binoculars, huh?
Well, I guess. Iwanowicz with the send down the line, and that'll be tapped back out. And it will be Niarchus looking for Peak. Once again, excellent job by the sweeper. Been very, very busy tonight.
And she has been, and Howell has shown some speed.
And she's played almost all game, if not all game. So showing some good stamina too, even here late. It's going toward the corner, and it will be a goal kick. Seen a lot of those today.
Well, Lauren Howell, the sweeper for the Lady Eagles, she's a smart player too. She conserves her energy. She doesn't run around needlessly.
Looks like she will be taking the goal kick.
Rachel Niarchus leaving.
She's provided some good speed here on the near side, but See, they've got a good runner in Bone. Tried to get it to her. But that was good defense by the Bruins. Still trying to get it to her. Taken away by Lehman.
12 minutes left in the game, and the Lady Bruins are leading one goal to nil.
Reemsma with the drop. Now sending it back up. And that is fresh off the bench, I believe. I think that's 25, Victoria Musselman. I think was the one who came in over there.
Yep, sure was.
It's nice when there's only a few different people on the field that have blonde hair when you're trying to see all the way across. Narrows your options considerably. 11.5 to go. Bruins lead the Eagles 1-0. It's been an exciting game all the way through. Bruins have really controlled possession, but the Eagles have given them a couple scares, and Bruins have nearly scored a few other times, including one that everybody in the stadium thought was a goal before it was called off for offside. Really have kept in the Eagles half quite a lot. The ball possession and passing has been so much better this game than in the previous ones. So it'll go all the way back to Iwanowicz. Pressing up hard to send, or all the way to the goal rather.
I believe that may have been a shot.
Well, she definitely has the leg to pull it off.
He sure does, and why not? Keep the goalkeeper honest. Have a go.
I've seen the ball pop up quite a few times. Sometimes a few times in succession. Always tricky to get that possession back. Now Bone with it. Throwing it up and ahead to Crockett. Trying to work with it on the inside. Once again, good defense. Good pressure from Porch, but nice drop. Working around to the outside. That could have been a whistle there, but they're going to let it go. Taken away by Musselman and returned very quickly by, I'm sorry, not Stacy, but Bone. There again. Trying to find Porch on the near side, but right now the ball is just ricocheting back and forth like crazy.
Sometimes going over the top with serving the ball over the top to space in front of a runner is a better way, and when you have several defenders in front of you, that certainly is the way to go.
Peak wanted to get it into Porch, but we've got some subs. Musselman didn't stay out there long as she comes out.
Jen Wise and looks like Deanna Howard coming back.
They were the starters, and Peak, who's given some good effort, had a couple near misses, will take to the sideline as starting forwards and midfielder come back in. Danny Lee with the throw in now. Still going to Porch. Corrals it, drops it back for Lee. Back to Porch. And it'll be another throw. Nice run to the corner and good positioning as well. Howard just couldn't quite trap that where she could get control of it. Dangerous run here for the Eagles. Working with it is Whitley, but it will be deflected out of bounds. Bruins back on the attack again. Bone working with it inside. Now drop back. As Bitterbaugh, who has re-entered the game. Giving it up here. Bruins corral it on the far side.
And a nice diagonal run on the far side there to see to get in front of the ball. Good idea, just didn't quite work. Ball didn't quite get through. Nice run by number 18, Reemsma. Yeah, she's a hustler. She has a good work rate and really is very serious about this game.
And she holds the only goal right now.
See how serious she is?
Header back into the middle. And really the entire defense and midfield has just been so quick to attack each and every ball that's coming through. And although Reemsma has the goal, really this has truly been a team effort here today. Johnson pokes it past. This is a good chance on the far side.
Give her some support. She needs our players next to her.
She's double teamed, still trying to fight for the ball back, and does get it back. Nice drop. Like to work that into the middle if they can, but they are going to have to drop back on defense as the Eagles will get another throw in. Just over 7 minutes to go. Bruins lead 1-0.
This is where we have to be very careful. Sometimes you sort of let down when you are under 10 minutes, and it is not the time to let down.
Eagles are only down a goal, and it could be equalized very, very quickly if the Bruins get sloppy. Still controlling it near midfield as Lee is just going to safely drop it back. Right now, the clock is the Bruins' friend as they have the lead. Johnston with a nice turn and go. She's got Porch on the near side. Open girl in the middle. That was an excellent charge from the sweeper, though. Once again, we've talked about several times, Lauren Howell has been everywhere. Here's a shot and deflected away. Good strong put, though, from Howard.
And our throw in, we can have some attackers running on the ball. Looks like we have subs coming in, so that was a great opportunity there.
Crowd is excited and on their feet as we are just 6 minutes away from what could be victory number 2 for the Lady Bruins. Had a rough start of the season, but one last game and trying to hang on here to put another W in the column. And of course, this will be the first one in front of the home crowd for the Lady Bruins, and they have really done an excellent job. They'd really love to put one more goal and secure this one. Heath loses it, drops it out to the corner. Gotten by Porch, sends it back into the middle. Poked off, but grabbed by Heath. That was a nice run into the middle and a good put from Porch.
A good opportunity for us and good headsy play.
Lee tries to corral that one. It'll drop back to Iwanowicz instead.
Now, Porch is moving wide and to receive the ball. She's showing some very good soccer sense. That's some pretty nasty foul in there by our number 18, Reemsma. As I say, she's a gal that has lots of moxie. Mixes it right up. That's okay. It's going to happen when you're playing tough like that. This is not a non-contact sport, by the way. You can charge hard. There is a certain criteria you have to follow.
Once again, corralled by Iwanowicz. Just a little overshot of Porch. Trying to go from one captain to another. And just white jerseys everywhere every time they attack. Here's a look downfield. It's going to go off the foot. Charging hard for it, and it will be corralled. Goes back, but intercepted. Lee still pressuring on Buderbaugh, who has it, sending it across now. Taken away. Here's a chance. Got a couple people in the middle if they can find him. Drop back to Howard. Cross now back inside. Shot just wide.
Just wide. There's a good matchup running down the touchline there a moment ago with our Deanna Howard, number 7, taking on the sweeper from our opponents from Toccoa Falls. That, of course, is Lauren Howell. Both of them were matching speed step for step, and they both showed some very good speed going after the ball. And I believe Howard may have had a step on her.
Yeah, Howell has just been very, very quick to the ball, and I think she's a big reason why the Bruins don't have 2 or 3 more on the board right now.
Porch, nice play by Porch, moving hard, winning the ball. Fortunately, kind of ricocheted off her chest and went to an opponent's.
Luttrell sends it across the middle. Bruins looking for one more insurance goal to wrap this thing up. Up 1-0 with just 3.5 minutes to play. Back into their defensive zone. Crowd sent back across. Porch with it. Nice safe drop there. Lee back to Porch. Ooh, off the foot. Still in bounds though. Porch with a good challenge there, but it will go off, and Howell will throw it back in. Now, Eagles trying to find anything that might work, but Bruins defense has been absolutely stifling. And really no good chances in the last several minutes. It's a great throw down the line. Trying to turn into the middle now. Here we go. Here's a chance. Nice move. Made a person miss. There's the shot. Over the crossbar.
Everything was set up very nicely. And I like that nice little one-touch. Their player finally jumped in, and our player simply tapped the ball to one side and ran around and won the day. Very nicely done.
And you see they're using that left flank more and more, and that is another thing that we've seen improve throughout the season. Less and less of a right-footed team, so to speak. Seen them use both sides of the field very, very well today, keeping all the defenders honest. And just as we see there from Luttrell, going hard to each and every ball, and it has made a huge difference this game.
I think I'm seeing and sensing that the captains are taking charge, and as you say, they have been using a little more of the field, and when they were attacking right down the middle, somebody got word to them, probably the coaching staff, with the help of the coaching staff, don't be so one-dimensional. Attack from the left, then attack from the right, then attack from the middle, but don't be predictable. So often teams become that, and you just can't and expect to win.
That was a nice set there from Lita Hoskinson to Isles, but they do turn it over. That's a tough foot race, but it will be won. That's a good job there by Stacy. She's been very heavily involved today. But in the end, it will be another turnover. And would you expect the clock to stop here, or?
It's the referee's discretion to do that, and he has stopped the clock. Good decision.
So there is just 1:10 left.
The rule is under 5 minutes. It is the referee's discretion to stop the clock on the team who is leading's substitutions if he chooses and thinks there could be a delay. And I don't think our gals were delaying. It was just they were trying to get somebody in. But good decision by the referee to stop the clock.
Yeah, they
1 minute remaining.
Put a little more speed in there with Niarchus. See the Eagles defense dropping back. It's a tough conundrum for them because they have to peel back to keep the Bruins from scoring, but at the same time, with all the players back, they have nobody up on offense. Bruins right now have 7 on their own side of the field, 8 if you include Anderson, and making it very, very difficult. Inside 40 seconds now. Eagles will get a kick. Just going to tap it ahead. Apparently didn't let it come to a full stop. Here we go. Good send into the box. Headed out of danger and toward the touchline. Good solid defense there. And at this point, the Bruins can pretty much afford to just clear it out of the zone and let the clock tick down. 10 seconds. But they are in offense. Here we go. Trying for one more. Porch chasing to it. Howell knocks it away. And that's it.
Tonight's final score, your BJU Bruins 1, the Eagles 0.
Well, the Lady Bruins now 2 wins and 4 losses on the season and have really looked very, very good tonight, Nate. This is just a different team than we saw in that first game.
Yeah, and not only that, but this is against a team that had a winning record and whose defense throughout the season has been excellent. And you just saw them press the attack time and time again. Reemsma, of course, getting the game-winning goal. But overall, the entire team, you could tell, was just focused. The coaching and the conditioning has been paying off, and they were completely in this game.
Yeah, and I think when you consider that the opponents, the Toccoa Falls Eagles, had scored 13 goals in their 5 matches, that says all the more for what the defense has done. Well, that's it for tonight. 1-0 the score. The Lady Bruins on top. Let me tell you who has made this production possible. Johnny Gammett is our sports and information director. Fletcher Mulnix is our PA announcer. Jim Jordan is on camera 1, and we have a first-time crew coming up and helping us from the Journalism and Mass Communications Department. Students Caitlin Kinney and Sarah Shirey are on cameras 2 and 3. Jeff Carr is our chief engineer, Dan Boone the director, and our next soccer webcast is going to be Monday night. That's the 17th of September, when the Bruins host Johnson University. The women's pregame begins at 5:15 with the men's kickoff expected to be about 7:30. This is Paul Wright with Nate Warwick. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you Monday.